Live from inside the den here at Greater Latrobe High School, the Wildcats Network gets ready to start off our 2025 spring broadcasting calendar here on the Wildcats Network. Folks, Tristan Borland here, getting ready for our St. Vincent College pregame show. See how St. Vincent College prepares students for successful careers and meaningful lives at www.stvincent.edu. Again, that's www.stvincent.edu. St. Vincent College, together we rise. So even though we are starting our spring coverage here on the Wildcats Network, Cats and the school in general have already started off the year right now. Spring sports already having their seasons underway. Cats coming into this game here at the Den 2-1 overall, have not had a section game yet. First, the 3-1 loss to Montour, opening up the season at Montour. Then they hosted Butler last week, a 3-2 comeback win. The reverse sweep, almost nigh impossible at the high school level, but the Cats were able to get it done. Again, a big victory over a opponent that the Cats seem to battle with quite often. Every single year they seem to start out with a matchup against Butler, and again, the Golden Tornado from Butler is a great opponent for the Cats to play to really gauge their expectations on the season. Cats also hosted Bishop Guilfoyle, the 3-0 win in the Den. That was their last game that they played, and I believe that was on Tuesday when the Cats hosted Bishop Guilfoyle. And then tonight the Cats will host the quote-unquote little brother here at the Den. Again, for all the folks at Derry, please don't hate me too much. That is kind of the thought here. Derry being a much smaller school, but through and through in all their different academic sports, really compete with Latrobe at a level that most would not expect such a small school to do. And again, a tip of the hat to Derry area for competing with the Cats so evenly. But again, the Cats will host Derry here. Again, the backyard brawl is a matchup, especially here in volleyball. A lot of the people that we worked with here on the Wildcats Network played volleyball for either Derry area or for Greater Latrobe, and they say if there is a rivalry here at the school, there is not one that is deeper than the boys volleyball rivalry between Greater Latrobe and Derry area. Since 2022, the series record is 2-1 in favor of Derry. In 2022, Derry with the sweep of the Cats in the Den. 23 Cats won a 3-1 thriller at Derry. 2024, Derry swept Latrobe 3-0 at the Den. Now in 2025, the Cats need a confidence win with a tough loss to Montour, but again, they've really picked themselves up. Again, another big confidence win right before the Cats get into section play would be huge for Greater Latrobe heading into this matchup. Cats to watch if you're Derry area. And another side note, I think they're playing Gus's. I'll turn up the crowd mic a little bit so you can hear. I think this is Gus's playlist that they're playing right now. No comment whatsoever, but again, I think this is Gus's playlist. New AD Tyler Gustafson. Congratulations to him as always. I know that Gus watches our streams, whether he watches them back or not. I can't say for certain, but I will say again, I know that Gus watches these streams, and I'm glad that Athletic Director Gustafson appreciates the Wildcats number. Again, back to the meat and potatoes of our St. Vincent College pregame show. Cats to watch, senior opposite hitter Eric Bizignani, who was your Replay Sports player of the game in the game versus Butler. He had 42 assists for the Cats in that game. He was a noted star, earning a second-team All-Star on last year's team. And with a lot of the Cats losing a lot of seniors from last year, they are really leaning on their senior veterans to really push this Cats team into the stratosphere in terms of their abilities. Another Cat to watch, senior outside hitter Jay Sumner, who was the Replay Sports player of the game in their last game against Bishop Guilfoyle. 6 kills and 3 blocks in a big win for the Cats here at home. And again, thank you to Mr. Robert Phillips and Replay Sports for providing us our players of the game. For those who don't know, Robert Phillips has come together with a couple of other creators in the social media sphere, helping him cover Latrobe High School Sports, and I think that group does a fantastic job. All the photos that you see that Replay Sports posts, Robert Phillips has those photos available for purchase on his website. Later in the broadcast, we will have Robbie's QR code up on screen. Folks, you'll be able to scan that. You'll be able to purchase all the fantastic photos that Robert Phillips puts together. And again, I say fantastic photos as somebody who is a frequent customer. If you see a photo here on the Wildcats Network, chances are it's probably from Robbie, because we are just absolutely obsessed with his level of work and creativity. So again, it's Robert Phillips and Replay Sports. Thank you guys so much for your support of the Wildcats. And we're going to take a quick break here in our St. Vincent College pregame show. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Derry area Trojans and their season heading up to tonight's matchup here on the Wildcats Network. And we're back here on the Wildcats. Now we're at St. Vincent College pregame show. We're going to wrap it up pretty quickly here. We're going to be talking about the Derry area Trojans again, the quote-unquote little brother of Greater Latrobe, coming into the den here this evening. 1-0 overall. Trojans last season ended 9-8 overall, 5-5 in 2A Section 2. That placed them third in their section. Finished number 3 in the 2A bracket. Got a first-round bye, but were unfortunately swept by the powerhouse known as the Armstrong Riverhawks. And what a talented school they have out there in Katanning. But again, Derry area now coming into this season, riding a big win, a 3-0 sweep versus West Shamokin at Derry Area High School. For those who don't know, that's a pretty big deal. West Shamokin is considered one of the top dogs in Western Pennsylvania boys volleyball. So to get a win over them is a real big stamp of approval and should really set your team with a mindset that we're going to be making some big plays here this season. Again, I myself studying at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania, working with Renda Radio out in Indiana, and got to cover a handful of the games out in West Shamokin, no matter what it was, whether it was football, volleyball, basketball. West Shamokin, as a 6A school, is a powerhouse and are very impressive in the way that they play. So for the Trojans to get a sweep of them at Derry is just so, it really can't be stated enough. Trojans to watch. If you're Coach Volshevsky, these Trojans, you're really going to have to plan around as you get ready for tonight's matchup at the Den. Trojan Noah Berkheimer, the senior outside hitter, second team 2A Section 2 All-Star, who is stepping into a leadership role for this young team. Sophomore middle blocker Jaden Beeman, the younger brother of All-Star Mason Beeman, 6'1" middle blocker, folks. This kid is going to be locking down the net for Derry area. So if you're Coach Volshevsky, your outside hitters, you're going to have to lean on them a little bit, sending in attacks from the back line, trying to get up over top. Beeman is going to have to be a key part of your strategy here this evening from the Den. Keys to victory here this evening for both teams. For Latrobe, seniority will have to shine. Cats have a lot of talented seniors. We just mentioned them as the Replay Sports players of the game. Eric Bizignani and Jay Sumner are both players that Coach Volshevsky and the Cats are going to have to lean on if they want to have a successful matchup. Again, the backyard brawl, as somebody who, I didn't grow up at Greater Latrobe, so I don't know it on a personal level, but as somebody who's been covering sports here at Greater Latrobe for, oh my goodness, folks, it'll be almost 3 years since I started here at the Wildcats Network, and the rivalry between these two teams is like something I haven't seen in a long time. I haven't seen a rivalry, a level of backyard brawl, animosity since my high school years at Slippery Rock High School in the crosstown rival of Grove City, or for all of my D2 enjoyers out there, the IUP Crimson Hawks and their rivalry with SRU is legendary. I personally had a shirt. You don't let your friends wear green because you go to IUP. So, but I bring all that up and mentioning the fact that these two teams are coming into this matchup, and they know that, with all the great victories they've had leading up to this game, it won't mean anything if you don't win against your crosstown rival. So a big matchup here at the Den and here on the Wildcats. We're so excited to be here for this one. And a side note, I think I've been commenting on it on the on Replay Sports Instagram posts. I don't know who's in charge of what the jerseys and the uniforms look like for the boys volleyball team, but I love these ones so much. So the black with the orange pinstriping, it looks so clean. I am a huge fan of it. It's really a work of art. And so again, I'm imagining that Mr. Gustafson will be watching this back. So Gus, if whoever is in charge of that, please let them know that the Wildcats Network absolutely loves the uniforms for the varsity boys volleyball team, because they really are. They're beautiful, I would say, and I'm such a huge fan of them here this evening. And I think that is going to wrap it up for our St. Vincent College pregame show. But before that, folks, I touched on me being here for, again, in April, it will be 3 years that I've been here with everybody on the Wildcats Network broadcasting these high school sports. And to hear folks online and have them reach out asking us, are you going to this game? Are you going to that game? And really expecting us to cover whatever sport it could possibly be just shows me what we've grown and built here at the Wildcats Network. So from the bottom of my heart, as the head of live production here for LHTC Media and the Wildcats Network, I really thank everyone for supporting the Wildcats Network and making making the Wildcats Network what it is today. We hope to continue to impress everybody at home, and it has just been it's been a dream of mine to be broadcasting sports at any capacity, and to be the one who is the shot caller for the Wildcats Network. It is truly an honor to have this, the Wildcats Network be where it is today. But that's enough from me and my heartfelt words to all the viewers out there. I'm going to take a moment to step aside here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have your starting lineups in the national anthem here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100-plus programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
Nearly 500,000 children in the United States enter the foster care system each year. All of them deserve to have a family that loves and protects them. Adelphi, along with its foster, adoptive, and kinship families, is committed to continuing its legacy of providing loving homes for children in need. Thank you to our extraordinary families.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Lepatich Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust and will do our best to prove we are where dignity prevails.
affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is dedicated to your success. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/freshstart. That's westmoreland.edu/freshstart and begin your ambitious journey today.
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
Hey, conductor! How about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I can earn that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin. From Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
So, all right, folks, we're going to start in just a minute with our starting lineups in the national anthem. I think they're just waiting on the microphone for the announcers down on the floor. So we hope to start in just a couple minutes. Again, another thank you to everyone tuning in this evening on the Wildcats Network. Tristan Borland ready for all the action that we're going to have this evening. I think they're changing the batteries in the wireless. See, folks, that's why almost all of our microphones here on the Wildcats Network are always hardwired. You can never trust those batteries. They always die at the most inopportune moment. But again, whenever we get started, I'm going to cut my mic in just a moment. And I want to read off our first set sponsor, but I don't think that is a good idea at the moment because, again, I don't know when we're coming back. But it is Team Lamani, who is also sponsoring all of our interviews on the Wildcats Network. So thank you to Team Steve Lamani for your continuing support of the Wildcats Network. I think we're about to get started, so I'm going to step aside. We'll be back in just a minute.
Tonight's volleyball match between your Latrobe Wildcats and the visiting Derry area Trojans. At this time, will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? Clapchar. The Trojans are coached by head coach Sean Spencer and assistant coach Calvin McCoy and Rich Shaw. Introducing your 2025 Greater Latrobe men's volleyball team. 22, junior, outside hitter, Killian Gravener. Number 30, junior, opposite hitter, Parker Davis. 14, junior, defense specialist, Frank Hanford. 29, junior, defense specialist, Chase Demagon. 17, junior, defense specialist, Don Durgan. 7, junior, defense specialist, Dan Sweeney. 2, junior, opposite hitter, Cal Akins. 26, junior, outside hitter, Jack O'Neill. 5, senior, outside hitter, Ethan Shoemaker. 4, senior, opposite hitter, Brady Crane. 13, senior, middle blocker, Alex Dominic. 6, senior, outside hitter, Tim Ogline. And now your Latrobe Wildcats starting lineup. Middle blocker, junior, number 19, Jaden Hollinger. Libero, junior, number 15, Gabe Watson. Opposite hitter, senior, number 3, Tyler Bauer. Middle blocker, senior, number 9, Jay Summer. Outside hitter, senior, number 10, Luke Fiore. Outside hitter, senior, number 8, Owen Ward. Setter, senior, number 11, Eric Bizignan. The Wildcats are coached by Coach Drew Visovsky and assistant coaches Nick Pickard, Mirko Benandi, Doug Menhorn, Pat Cooper.
So Coach Volshevsky, see, even I know it. And the Wildcats get ready for this evening's matchup from the Den. And we're ready to get started. Again, our first set brought to us by Team Steve Lamani, your local real estate experts. Team Steve Lamani at Realty One Group offers unparalleled knowledge of the Westmoreland real estate market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a veteran seller, Steve Lamani at Realty One Group is here to guide you every step of the way. Reach out to Team Steve Lamani via email at steve@teamlamani.com. Thank you again, Steve Lamani, for your continued support of the Wildcats Network. We're ready to get started here this evening from the Den. Tristan Borland here, ready to, again, this broadcast starts out our 2025 spring sports broadcasting schedule. And we're excited to be here this evening again. As I mentioned in our St. Vincent College pregame show, we missed a couple games. We had some summer projects that we were kind of planning out and fleshing out and behind the scenes. So we didn't get a chance to get everything rolling quite yet. Sorry, folks. One of the many names and faces of the Wildcats Network, Mr. Robert Phillips, joining me up here in the press box. Sorry, Rob, I don't have a headset for you tonight. I know you have a lot of photos to take down there. And, Robbie, I was actually just talking about the awesome jerseys of the Wildcats. I love the black with the orange pinstripes. Huge fan of those. Who sets those up?
I don't know, but I like how they have the other logo, the Cats logo on it.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I think it's phenomenal. So, again, sorry, folks. Robbie joined me up here in the press box. I was explaining to Robbie that it's just little old me tonight, folks. King Richard has some things to do out in the kingdom, so he was unable to join me here this evening, but I am expecting Richard to join me. I think I have him on the schedule for our baseball broadcast on Tuesday. Starting out the evening, Luke Clapchar, the senior for the Trojans, to serve and get us started here this evening. Cats to respond. Shot comes in, big block up front, and that will be a point for Derry early. Trojans coming in to play again. Little brother not wanting to, knowing that this is a game that will really set the tone for the rest of the season. Dump off there for the Cats. That's Eric Bizignan scoring there. So all tied up at one here to start us off. Back to serve for the Cats is Eric Bizignan. Sends it. Dug up there by Clapchar. Trojans send it back over. Cats to response. Set up. Shot comes in. It's a light loft. Trojans are able to save it, though. Luke Fiore with a nice soft serve. Or a nice soft touch over, and that will be another kill for the Cats. That's Jay Sumner. And now back to serve once again is Eric Bizigné, the senior, for the Cats. Sends that over, just barely gets up and over the net. Klaptar digs it out of the pit. Cats now have to respond. Trojans shot comes in, big block up front. I think that was Jay Sumner, and it was. Shot comes in and is blocked up front again. Jaden Beeman, the sophomore, standing at 6'1". You're going to have a tough time getting the ball over top of him. It's 2-2 here in the first set of this evening's matchup. Back to serve is Caden Marsh. Cats to respond. And it's out of bounds. Another point for the Trojans there, who now pull away. Marsh to serve again. Touch dump off there. And another great play there by Jay Sumner. Now back to serve is Luke Fiore. Dug up there, nice play. And that's another point for the Derry area Trojans. Substitutions coming on now for the Derry area Trojans. That's number 22, Trenton Hughes, one of the seniors for the Trojans, coming on to the hardwood. Now back to serve is John Kern. And that serve, a little bit too much mustard on it, goes out of bounds and out the back door. And substitutions for the Cats as well. Coming on to the hardwood right now is Dominic Durgan, the junior defensive specialist, who is now back to serve for the Cats. Robbie heading out down to take some photos. And again, a reminder, you can buy Robbie's photos on his website. That goes out of bounds. Another point for the Cats, and they take a lead 5-4 here in set number 1. Again, a reminder, you can purchase Robbie's photos at R. Phillips Production. You can find him on Facebook. I know he has his link on Instagram. So go check out all of Robbie's hard work and support a local Latrobe alumni who does a fantastic work. Shot comes in, blocked up front. That's another point for the Trojans, who tie it up here at 5-5. Substitutions coming on now for the Cat. I thought it was going to be sub number, no, it's Watson, who steps onto the hardwood now. Back to serve is Jaden Beeman, the middle blocker for the Trojans. Big shot comes in, rocketing over the heads of the defensemen for the Cats. The missile was sent by Tyler Bauer, another senior for the Cats. His serve comes in, played by the Trojans. Shot goes up. Cats will get a nice ball to play with here. Owen Ward, it's blocked up front. Point for Derry. 6-6 here. Block made by Trenton Hughes. And when Owen Ward climbs that ladder, I usually get out of the way. Served now by Williams. Digging out of bounds. Bizignani tried to save that one. And the Trojans get their lead back now, 7-6 here in the first set of this evening's matchup. Again, the first set brought to us by Team Steve Lamani. Realty One Group. Served by Williams. Cats to respond. Shot comes in, but directly out of bounds. Now they're going to give it to Owen Ward. They're going to give it to the Cats, I think. No, they're not. That's the right call. Unfortunately, for all of our Latrobe viewers at home, that is the right call. Point to Derry again. Trojans up 9-6 here in the first set. That ball by Owen Ward went careening out of bounds, and I thought that the referee was going to give it to the Cats, saying that it touched the Trojan. But again, from my vantage point up here in the press box, or as we more colloquially call it, the sweatshop, that ball, that's not what I saw. Shot by there from Owen Ward. That's his first kill of the evening as Cats try to claw their way back into this one. Owen Ward back to serve the senior. He was incredibly impressive last year when we covered boys volleyball for the Cats. Ward dug up there by the Trojans. Trying to save it there on the backside was Tyler Bauer. But another point to the Trojans. They're now in double digits. Now back is Landon Campbell. Or Campbell, my apologies. Sending it over. Or not quite. Point to the Cats. 8-10 right now. Back to serve is Gabe Watson. Dug up well, but that's an ace for Watson. Gabe Watson getting into it early here. Watson, the libero, sends it over. Dug up well. Nice shot coming in there by Jay Sumner. And the Trojans will have to respond. Set up. Shot comes in, and just above everybody was the shot by Luke Fiore. The Trojans now up 11-9 here at the Den. And now back to serve is Clapchar, the senior. Shot comes in. That's a kill there for the Cats. Owen Ward coming in big there, and Bizignani goes back to serve for the Cats. Again, a reminder, Eric Bizignani, our Replay Sports Player of the Game from his performance in the matchup against Butler last week, had 42 assists. Shot comes in. Dug up by Derry and jumping it over. Bizignani. Shot comes in, but it's out of bounds. Correct call there. A good shot from the Cats, and substitutions now for the Trojans. Coming onto the hardwood is Stockett Harder. Serve, pop up there by Tyler Bauer. Bizignani, shot comes in, and that's in there by Jay Sumner. Cats still keeping it a close one here in the first set. And from what I'm seeing right now is that mistake-free volleyball is what the Cats need to do. Giving these Trojans too much wiggle room here has allowed them to take the 1-point lead here, and that serve goes directly out of bounds by Luke Fiore. Substitutions now for the Trojans. Onto the hardwood comes Trenton Hughes. Tags off with Landon Campbell. Serve now by Kern. Cats to respond. Nice save there by the Trojans, and it goes out of bounds. Point to the Wildcats, who still trail by 1 here. Substitutions now coming on for the Cats. Pollinator and Durgan onto the hardwood now for the Cats, who still trail 12-13 here, had a lead early in this set and were unable to hold on to it. Shot comes in, big block by Ward up front, and that's going to be a point to the Cats. Too many touches, a double touch by one of the Trojans, and the Cats are tied up here at 13. Sent over, dug up. Trojans punch it over, big block up front by Owen Ward. Dig. Ward again, shot comes in, barely dug up by the Trojans. Tough play there by Williams to keep the ball alive. Ward once again. That ball sent over, dug up again by Bizignani. It goes over and punched away by Durgan, and the Cats will be unable to corral it. Trojans take their lead back here, 14-13. And coming on now is Gabe Watson. And now the Trojans to serve. It's Beeman. Again, the sophomore who we highlighted as our Trojan to watch in our St. Vincent College pregame show. Punched away by Tyler Bauer, and it goes out of bounds. Point to the Trojans. Starting to pull away here. It's a 2-point game in the first set. And this first set is brought to you by Steve Team Lamani. Shot comes in by Hollinator. And Bauer sends it over the net. Trojans to respond. Big block up front by Hollinator. And do not tell me that, I was going to say, do not tell me that the Trojans keep it going after that. That would have been mind-boggling. Then starting to fill up a little bit nicely here this evening. I know the weather was a little tough to get through. I know my drive in to work today was tough to say the least. Trojans gain a point there after the serve by the Cats. Now it's Cody Williams to Watson. Owen Ward, and that's going to be a kill there for Owen Ward. Cats still trail. And now Owen Ward back to serve again. Ward sends it over. Way too high there. He was trying to send that over to Rossi Field. Substitutions for the Trojans now. Landon Campbell. Back to serve for the Trojans. The freshman. Played by Bauer. Behind the head dump off there by Bizignane, trying to get fancy with it. And that just ends up in another point for the Trojans, and a timeout is taken by Coach Drew Volshevsky. So we're going to take a timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. We'll be right back with set number 1 here on the Wildcats Network.
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
And we're back here at the Den here on the Wildcats Network. Thank you again for Team Steve Lamani, our first set sponsor, for allowing the Wildcats Network to cover this evening's matchup. And it's not just Team Steve Lamani. You see in the top right of your screen that little carousel that we have going there that shows all of the sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. Now, of course, Team Steve Lamani, they get the special shout out for sponsoring the set. But again, it's because of all of our sponsors here on the Wildcats Network that we're able to get to do the job that I personally love to do every single day. So again, thank you to Team Steve Lamani and all of our viewers for making this evening's broadcast possible. Back to serve after the timeout by Coach Volshevsky is Landon Campbell to serve. Not sure what the holdup is. Referee having some words for head coach Sean Spencer, the head coach of the Derry area Trojans. And now with Coach Volshevsky. It's a substitution. Just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page about the substitution for the Trojans. Back to serve is Landon Campbell. And 15-18 here in set number 1. Cats trying to claw back and take set number 1 here at the Den. Fiore takes it there. And that's what you need to do out of the set. You take a timeout in a matchup like this, you got to make sure you come out roaring, and that's exactly what Coach Volshevsky has his players doing right now. Now on the serve is Gabe Watson. Dug up there. Pop up. Shot comes in way high, and that is another point for the Cats. They're now only trail by 1. They've trailed by 1 for a majority of set number 1. Watson now to serve. Dug up. Set up. Nicely lofted over. Fiore sends it in. It's a rocket. And miscommunication there. Cats tie it up here in set number 1. Klapchar had some miscommunication there and a timeout. Yeah, I think they're going to call time there for the Trojans. They had a lot of miscommunication in that set, but we're going to keep it here for a minute as we just took a break. I'm going to tell you about another one of our fantastic sponsors here on the Wildcats Network, and that would be our Alamo Restaurant Group, a very recent sponsor. They hopped on during the winter sports season. Fuel your day at Alamo Restaurant Group's local McDonald's. Visit their locations in Latrobe on Lincoln Avenue and Route 30 inside the Mount Laurel Plaza. Thank you, Alamo Restaurant Group, for supporting the Wildcats Network. They not only are a sponsor here on the Wildcats Network, but you probably see them, their big sponsorship packages that they are sponsors of our game day posts. Every single time we post and let you guys know, 7 a.m. on the dot before every broadcast, they're the folks that make that kind of stuff possible. So thank you to Alamo Restaurant Group for sponsoring the Wildcats Network. Watson back to serve, tied at 18 here. Shot comes in, dug up by Derry. Pop up is Ignani, sends it to Fiore, who dumps it over. Response by Derry, won't make it over the net. Cats take a lead. Here in set number 1, they had one earlier. Let's see if they can hold on to it here as Gabe Watson's back to serve. Watson sends it over, dug up by Klapchar. Sends it over, the block came, but they could not stop the shot. So Trojans tie it back up at 19. Back to serve is senior Duke Klapchar for the Trojans. Punches it over. Set up is Ignani. Punch comes in quickly for Sumner. And way over everyone's head. No, they're going to give it to the Trojans, who take back the lead. Must have went off of somebody's hand. From the Cats, I did not see who it was. Substitution now for the Trojans coming onto the hardwood is Jackson Hayes. He tags in for Socket Harder. Cats to respond. Sumner sends it in right into the ankle there. And it's now 20-all. Tag in for Jackson Haynes. Coming onto the hardwood is John Kern for the Trojans. Back to serve for the Cats is Eric Bizignani. Pop up there, hits the rafters, and it comes on down to the hardwood. And we mentioned during our winter sports coverage how beautiful the hardwood looks here at Greater Latrobe. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. The hard work that the facility staff were able to put this hardwood back together after the flood that happened over the summer. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it's always good to remind people that that's why the gym looks as beautiful as it does. Point there for the Trojans. It's 21-all. 4 points are all that separates one of these teams from taking set number 1. Who's going to step up and take it? Serve from Keaton Marsh goes out of bounds. Points for the Cats. 22-21 here as Luke Fiore is now back to serve. Fiore sends it up right into the net. So Trojans still hot on the Cats' heels. Substitution here. Trenton Hughes comes onto the hardwood. And with the backyard brawl coming to the den, you knew that this was the kind of matchup we were going to get. That's sent over, set up by the Cats. And Tyler Bauer, miscommunication there. Trojans take a 1-point lead and are 2 points away from taking set number 1 here at the Den. Served by Kern. Play by the Cats. Owen Ward sends it They're going to say it's out of bounds. Trojans, it's the set point. Cats need to score 3 points unanswered as that ball goes out of bounds, so that's one. Substitutions now for the Cats. That's Durgan, who goes back to serve here on what will be a pivotal point here in set number one. And a timeout taken by the Trojans. I guess they want to talk it over before Durgan served it for the Cats. So with that, we're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have the continuation of set number one coming up next here on the Wildcats Network.
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
Hi, I'm Matt Alamo, the new owner of both McDonald's here in Latrobe. We look forward to wowing you as customers and employees, and to join our team, apply at mchire.com or come to either location in person. Go Wildcats!
And thank you to our friends over at the Alamo Restaurant Group for making broadcasts like this one possible. Cats trail by one here. Need to hit 25. Cannot allow the Trojans to score one more. Big block up front. And it goes out of bounds. So the Derry area Trojans take set number one. Take a quick break here on the Wildcats. Now when we come back, we're going to have set number two coming up next.
Are you looking for a fresh start or a career change? Unlock your potential at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in biology, welding, visual arts, or in any of our 100+ programs. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is dedicated to your success. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/fresh start. That's westmoreland.edu/fresh start, and begin your ambitious journey today.
Nearly 500,000 children in the United States enter the foster care system each year. All of them deserve to have a family that loves and protects them. Adelphi, along with its foster, adoptive, and kinship families, is committed to continuing its legacy of providing loving homes for children in need. Thank you to our extraordinary families.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
We'll go back here to the Wildcats Network as we are currently waiting for set number two to begin as the Derry area Trojans take that last set over the Cats 25-23 to take the one set lead early in the matchup here at the Den. And my thoughts on that last set, Cats had a couple leads. It was tough for them to hold on to it, but the Trojans were able to make the most out of what the Cats gave to them, and I would argue that that is the biggest thing. If the Trojans are continuing to be given opportunities, they will continue to run away with this set. Again, we'll have to see if the Cats can learn from their mistakes from set number one. It's tough to perform. If you let the Trojans take set number two, it's almost all said and done at that point. Although never say never for the Cats, they did the reverse sweep against Butler. They may have to try to do it again here if they can't win set number two. Gabe Watson comes onto the hardwood. And a reminder, set number two is brought to us by our friends over at the Latrobe Bulletin. For just 35 cents a day, the Latrobe Bulletin keeps you up to date with all of the local news that you could possibly need. Sign up for your subscription at www.latrobebulletin.com. Again, that's latrobebulletin.com. You can also keep up to date with our broadcast schedule. As I mentioned during our St. Vincent College pregame show, we've been getting a lot of messages on our social media about, hey, are you guys doing this game? When are you doing this game? When are you doing that game? You know, folks, leading up to the spring season or leading up to any season, it is my sole job to set up a broadcast schedule that I think will be interesting for everybody. And it's important to let people know when we are broadcasting and what sport it is. So not only can you sign up for the Latrobe Bulletin and see our ads that we put in the Latrobe Bulletin, you can also go to the wildcatsnet.com. Again, that's wildcatsnet.com. Go to our schedule section. You'll be able to see our broadcast schedule all the way up until the end of May. That point goes to Derry with the serve from Watson going just too far. And this is not me complaining, folks. I am so thankful that people are interested in our broadcasts and want to keep up to date with them. I can't thank you guys enough for that. But again, for anybody that does have questions about where you can watch the Wildcats Network, go to wildcatsnet.com. That goes out of bounds. Another point for the Trojans. They take a 2-0 lead early here in the first set. Or in the second set, my apologies. Now on the service, Caden Marsh. And that will be out of bounds. Point Wildcats. It's their first points of the set. And now back to serve for the Cats is Luke Fiore. Played by the Trojans. Shot comes in. Watson can't corral it. That's another point for the Trojans. That's Jaden Beeman, the sophomore, who I mentioned our St. Vincent College pregame show, was a player to definitely keep your eye on if you're Coach Volshevsky. You see why there. Curran. Cats. Trying to dig it up there. Trojans just nearly dig that one up. That would have been incredible. But all for naught. So the Cats are now trailing by 1 here. Durgan goes back to serve. That serve just getting over the net. Comes in, big block up front for the Cats. Oh my goodness, tying up at 3. Jaden Hollinator, the junior middle blocker for the Cats, coming up big there. We're all tied up at 3. Sure, Mr. Rob Phillips, who's on the back wall to our right, is getting some great photos of this game. And again, a reminder that you can purchase all of Robbie's photos at rphillipsproductions.com, or you can check him out on Facebook and Instagram. Robbie does some incredible work. And that is a point for the Cats. So it's 4-4. And back to serve now is Tyler Bauer. And that shot goes out the back. So that's another point for the Trojans. Again, tough mistakes, allowing the Trojans to really hang in there. And they're a talented team. I mentioned at the top of our broadcast that the Trojans are not exactly a team to scoff at. That goes out. And that's a point for the Trojans. They're going to say that the Cats put too much sauce on it. A little bit too much mustard on that. And Cody Williams now back to serve for the Trojans. Williams sends it over, and it goes out of bounds. And almost went out the back of the door. Making its way over to Brad Wetzel's classroom. Back to serve is Owen Ward. Cats trail by 1. Ward sends it over. Played there by Beeman. And they're going to call a carry on the Trojans there. That's another point for the Cats. And we're tied up here in set number 2. Ward to serve. Dug up there, and it's out of bounds. That's an ace for Owen Ward. Huge play there for the Cats. Ward sends it over. Cats take the lead, and they're going to give it to Ward. They're going to say it's on the corner. So that's ace number 2 for Owen Ward. He, as a senior, knows exactly how much this game means for the rest of the season. The senior outside hitter, Owen Ward. Watson. Visignani over to Tyler Bauer, gets blocked up front. shot comes in, and that's going to be a point for the Cats. A reach over for Derry. Cats starting to pull away now, 9-6 here in set number 2, and a timeout is taken by head coach Sean Spencer. So we're going to take a timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. Cats up 9-6 here in set number 2. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a continuation of this set here on the Wildcats Network.
Change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100-plus programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
We're back here on the Wildcats Network. Tristan Borland on the horn with the Ins guys for the rest of the evening. Cats up 9-6 here in set number 2, making it 10-6. As a timeout by the Derry area Trojans. Cats are on a roll, and they're still rolling with Owen Ward on the back line, serving again. That's a big shot, trying to be dug up by the libero. Cats now up 11-6, a commanding 5-point lead here. Ward seems to be targeting the libero on the back line there. Mr. Cody Williams for the Trojans. Williams gained the better of that exchange. Shot blocked up front, another point for the Cats. It's 12-6 here. And the Cats are rolling here in set number 2. Owen Ward. Pop up there by the Trojans. Bauer, Bizignani. Over to Luke Fiore, who sends it into Williams' lap. Beeman. Bizignani. Luke Fiore. Bizignani once again to Watson. And that's another point there for the Cats. Put a K on the board for Eric Bizignani. Usually a big assister as the setter for the Cats. And Owen Ward's serve goes right into the net, a little bit too excited by the Cats' lead that they have right now, up by 6. Back to serve and tagging in is Landon Campbell, the freshman for the Trojans. Campbell on the serve. Zignani. Nice loft over by Hollinator. Block up front, Luke Fiore. Standing tall up by the net. Now it's Gabe Watson back to serve. Cats with a commanding 7-point lead here in set number 2. Serve by Watson. Dump off there. Cats not ready. Sneaky play there. That was John Kernan for the Trojans, who dumped it off. And Tyler Bauer on the backside was not ready for it. Now Klapchar. Zignani shot comes in by Jay Sumner. Give that one to the Cats. Eric Bizignani goes back to serve for Latrobe. Zignani sends it. It goes way out of bounds. Point for the Trojans. Caden Marsh now to serve. Marsh, Cats to respond. Bizignani to Sumner. Dug up there and out of bounds. Good attempt by Klapchard to try to dig it up, but he could not. So now Luke Fiore is back to serve. Fiore sends it into the net. Another point for the Trojans. Cats still maintain a 6-point lead here, as Trenton Hughes for the Trojans steps onto the hardwood. And back to serve is John Kernan. Kernan sends it over, and it'll go out of bounds. Smart play there by Gabe Watson, calling And out of bounds on the backside for him and Fiore. Now Durgan tags in for Jay Sumner. He goes back to serve. Cats with a commanding 7-point lead here. This is the biggest lead that anybody has had so far this evening. Miscommunication, that's another point for the Cats. Now with an 8-point lead here in set number 2, really rolling with this one here at the Den. And a timeout is taken by the Trojans as the Cats try to hold on to an 8-point lead here in set number 2. We're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have the continuation of this set here on the Wildcats Network.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
Number 1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
Welcome back to the Wildcats Network. Tristan Borland at the Den. The Cats are up big here in set number 2. It was a close first set, so it's interesting. I thought it was going to be a scrappy match through and through, but maybe the Cats have just figured out what they need to do here in set number 2. I think first thing they need to do is put Owen Ward back at the back line more often. He had 3 aces in set number 2. Shot, and it's out of bounds. So point for the Trojans. So now 18-11, back to serve for the Trojans is Jaden Beeman. Shot comes in by Ward, another point for the Cats. Owen Ward waking up here at set number 2. Again, he's been a big Owen Ward has been a big factor here this evening. And now back to serve are the Cats. Block up front, point Cats. Back to serve again for Greater Latrobe. I had to search for the jersey number real quick. I believe I'll have to keep looking for it after this setup here. Shot comes in, another kill for Owen Ward. That's 6 points in set number 2 for Ward. I need an update on my roster sheet. I do not have a number 29, so if anybody watching on Facebook could let me know who number 29 is for Greater Latrobe, I'd really appreciate it. He tags out with Tyler Bauer, who comes back onto the hardwood. That goes over. Pop up is Ignani. Shot comes in from Hollinator, and it's another block up front. Trojans down 21-13. Again, 8 points is the largest lead that the Cats have had all evening. So the Trojans need to claw back here as Cats are 4 away from taking set number 2. Hollinator has shot again right into the net. That's back-to-back for Hollinator, sending that one into the net. Climb that ladder a little bit too well. Needs to get more underneath it. Cody Williams, the libero for the Trojans, sends it over. And Hollinator gets it in there, just as I said. And Hollinator in once again. That's a point for the Cats. 22-14. Cats are 3 away from taking set number 2. Owen Ward. And the steel-cold gaze from Klapchar as he is unaffected by the shot that came in from Owen Ward, which just goes to show how strong these Trojans are. A shot from Owen Ward is like being hit by a train. And that's a point there for the Trojans, 15-23. Landon Campbell to send it over. 23-15 is your score. Ward sends it, played by Derry. Another dump off by Hollinator. Bizignani battling up front with Clapchar, and he comes out on top. Eric Bizignani, and it's the set point here for the Cats. Watson's back to serve, and Jay Sumner tags back in for the Cats, as this could do it for set number 2, and it does. Cats take set number 2. Take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have set number 3 coming up next here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Lapadich Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust and will do our best to prove we are where dignity prevails.
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
Hi, I'm Matt Alamo, the new owner of both McDonald's here in Latrobe. We look forward to wowing you as customers and employees, and to join our team, apply at mchire.com or come to either location in person. Go Wildcats!
And we're back here on the Wildcats Network at the Den at Grand Latrobe High School, folks. Tristan Borland on the mic with these guys for the rest of the evening, as we are now in set number 3. As you see in the top left of your screen, Cats tying it up 1 set each as we head into set number 3, which is brought to all of us by Bardini's Country Smokehouse, one of the longest standing sponsors of the Wildcats Network, folks. Easter is just right around the corner. I know, it's crazy. We just got done with St. Patrick's Day, had a blast between me and my wife. We had a wonderful time together for St. Patrick's Day, but the holiday of Easter is just right around the corner. And I don't know about everybody else at home, but we have ham for Easter in my family. Located in Crabtree, Bardini's Country Smokehouse is a spot for all of your meat needs. Check out all that Gary has to offer at bardinismeats.com. Again, that's bardinismeats.com. Thank you, Bardini's, for being one of the longest standing sponsors of the Wildcats Network. Again, a Bardini's ham, there is nothing else that you can serve your family in Westmoreland County on Easter besides a Bardini's ham. And I know that Gary has a lot of them either selling right now, or he will have them the closer we get to Easter. So make sure you check out Bardini's in the coming weeks as Easter comes closer and closer to us. And a shout out to hockey broadcasting extraordinaire Chris Beddick, who would also love to tell you guys that Gary has some of the best bacon that you can possibly get in Westmoreland County. About to get started here in set number 3. Again, Cats really waking up in the last set. Owen Ward scoring 7 kills in that last set, 3 of them being aces on his serving. So Owen Ward really coming up big for the Cats in that last set. I imagine they're going to lean on him again here in set number 3. And substituting in is the libero for the Trojans. That's Cody Williams. And back to serve is Clapchar. And again, I want to say that last set is what the Cats can play. That's the level that they are kind of humming at whenever they are not making any mistakes. That serve goes out of bounds by Clapchar. So now back to serve is Eric Bizignani. The serve is Bizignani, dug up And out of bounds. Point to the Cats. It's now 2-0. Out to an early lead. Zignani back to serve again. Nice serve there. That's an ace for Eric Bizignani. Cats up 3-0 here at set number 3. And an interesting serve there. I felt like Bizignani kind of palmed the ball a little bit and put a bit of a tailspin on it, or a backspin. And it just shows you the level of talent the Cats have. For me, at the age of 26, I'm happy to just get the ball up and over the net. That serve, it goes out of bounds. But Bizignani and the Cats in general are able to put a spin on the ball based on the way that they serve it. So it's just incredible, the level of talent and athleticism that we have here in Westmoreland County, especially for the Cats. That serve goes out of bounds again. 4-1 the score. And tagging in now for the Cats is number 26. That's Jack O'Neill, the junior outside hitter, who's back to serve for the Cats. And some cheers from the crowd here in the stands. A decent crowd showing out here for this evening's matchup. Would have loved to have seen a better student den. Blocked there on the finger of Tyler Bauer. And it goes out of bounds. Point to the Trojans. Again, I imagine the student section is getting ready for Friday's matchup. We'll have to double check on what is on the docket for tomorrow here at Greater Latrobe. That ball sent over, played by Williams, and it goes right into the ground. And frustration starting to mount here for the Derry area Trojans. Is another time, or a substitution. I heard the whistle, so I thought they were going to call a timeout. Played there by Williams on the serve. Beeman shot blocked by Hollinator. That goes out of bounds. Point for the Trojans. Another substitution coming in for the Cats. I believe that's going to be Sumner, who then tags out with Watson. So I see tomorrow on the docket, Cats are going to North Allegheny for the North Allegheny High School Boys Volleyball Tournament. Shot, dug up, played by Derry. I imagine the Cats will see Derry there as well. That's a huge tournament to be playing. And point there for the Cats on the sharp shot that was sent in. And then the girls lacrosse varsity game, that's going to be at University High School down in West Virginia. So I guess not a lot happening. Couple, the 7th and 8th grade match on Friday, which is tomorrow, and then also the JV varsity boys, the JV boys baseball game against Hempfield at Hempfield. That's all tomorrow. That is not, none of those games are going to be on the Wildcats. Remember, we're out on Friday. We do not have a broadcast. 6-4 is the score as Williams goes back and he serves it over. Shot comes in by Hollinator. Play by Bizignani. Dump off there by Watson. And miscommunications on the back line. And Clapchar trying to climb the ladder, but will not be able to reach the ball at its peak. And so that's another point for the Cats. Owen Ward back to serve. Whenever we get a break in the action, I'll be letting everybody know what is up on the docket for us on the Wildcats. Now we're another point for the Cats. Next broadcast for us here on the Wildcats Network, March 24th, where the Greater Latrobe Lady Wildcats varsity lacrosse team takes on Cannon Mac. Point there for the Trojans, 8-5. Coverage will start at 7:15. That game starts at 7:30. I'll be on the horn for that one, for that game. And I think that King Richard will be joining us. I will have to double check our schedule. Back to serve. Set up. Shot comes in by Fiore. Lapchar tries to punch it over. He can't. Trojans have to get it over, and they do. Shot comes in from Bizignani, and they're going to call that on the line. Interesting call there. Not what I would have called it. I felt that Bizignani's shot was inbounds. But that's why I'm up here and they're down there. Sent over, dug up by the Cats. Fiore trying to save it as Williams, and he can't get there. Another point for the Cats, up 9-6. A side note again, our next broadcast is March 24th and then 25th. Varsity baseball, Gray Latrobe versus Penn Trafford. What a matchup that will be on top of the hill at Graham Sabota Field. Trying to loft it over, can't. Point Cats. So again, that's what is on the 25th, and then after the 25th, our next broadcast is April 1st, where the Wildcats will then host Penn Hills at Graham Sabota Field. Again, a lot of great games coming up here on the Wildcats. There's a big block up front by Jay Sumner. Huge play there. All by himself, stood tall, right at the net. Cats up 11-6. Watson can't get it up over the net. Point for the Trojans. Making its way over. Shot comes in. Point for the Cats. Ray Latrobe now up to a 5-point lead here at the Den. We love to see it. The serve by Bizignani, dug up by Derry. Bizignani to Watson. Dump off there in front, but it's not able to be blocked. That's another point for the Cats. Again, I think that Latrobe figured it out and are running rampant right now on this hardwood. Now back to service, Eric Bizignani. Played by Williams, and somehow Derry saves it. Shot comes in again by Sumner. And a timeout taken by the Trojans, who want a quick breather. So folks, we keep talking about, the Wildcats Network, our schedule, and where you can find it. Another place you can find it and take a lot of the guesswork out of finding our schedule is by signing up for the exclusive emailing list. Scan the QR code down there on the left side of your screen, the bottom left. If you scan that QR code, you'll be able to sign up for our emailing list where we have our schedule for the week sent directly to you. Those are sent out on Thursdays. Or no, those are sent out, my apologies, sent out every Wednesday, and they have our schedule for that week. Again, that gets sent directly to your email. It is no cost to sign up. It's also no cost to cancel your subscription. We've all been there. We've all had annoying emails that we signed up for like 10 years ago. Mine is this annoying email from this college that I went to, constantly emailing me. I'd love to see that they're still thinking about me at the very least. But again, sign up for our emailing list, and you will get our schedule every week sent directly into your email inbox. Again, thank you to everybody who is watching and signs up for that emailing list. It means a lot to us to know that so many people want to tune in and want to know how they can watch our broadcasts every single week. Point there for the Trojans. Now it's Socket Harder, who tags in for Derry. Sent over, played by the Cats. Nice dump there, and that's a point for the Trojans. Socket Harder comes off the bench and immediately puts points on the board for the Trojans. Back to serve again is Caden Marsh. Cats. Shot comes in. Played by Klapchar. And the Trojans will get it over. Shot again, and it goes out of bounds. Tyler Bauer got all of that ball, but unfortunately it sent it directly out of bounds. So Trojans are starting to climb back in. They're only down by 4. And that serve by Marsh goes out of bounds. The scoreboard here, they gave the point to the Trojans, and that's not correct. That ball sent over. Blade. Dump off there. Bizignani dumps it into Trojan territory, and they somehow, no, they don't get away. I thought that Williams was going to get around on it, and he did not. So now it's O'Neal back to serve for the Cats, up 15-10 here. O'Neal, nice serve there, Klapchar. Shot comes in, dug up by the Cats. Bizignani to Owen Ward, and that will be another point for the Cats. Owen Ward is on fire here in set number 2 and 3. Really waking up here are the Cats. And with this level of momentum, if I'm the Cats, I'm excited to head into North Allegheny. I mean, big wins over Butler, Bishop Guilful, and now it could be Derry. There is still one more set to go if the Cats win. Point for the Trojans. It's now 11-17, Cats up by 6. Luke Fiore tags in and comes onto the hardwood for the Cats. Now the serve. Pop up. Shot comes in from Tyler Bauer, and he scores as well. Cats up 18-11. And more substitutions for the Cats. Pollinator and Durgan tagging in now. Durgan back to serve. Love the Orange Crush shocks, by the way. Not sure if he'll go back and watch this one, but Mr. Durgan, I like your style. Dump off, played by the Cats well. Shot comes in by Bauer, but it's blocked up front and dumped away by Bizignani, and that's going to be a point for the Cats. And now with 19-11, Durgan goes back to serve. Dump off there, played well by Derry. Bizignani to Bauer, dug up by Williams. And that will be a point for the Trojans. Derry's still scrapping to keep in this one. That will be Jaden Beeman, who scored for the Trojans there. And coming on to the hardwood is Gabe Watson. Jaden Beeman back to serve. Bizignani. Owen Ward right into the lap of Cody Williams. More substitutions for the Cats. Cats up 20-12. And that gets sent right into the net points for the Trojans. Tyler Bauer tags in. Back to serve is Cody Williams, the libero for the Trojans, as he sends that one over. Set up. Shot comes in. Now Derry sends it over. Pop up. Shot comes in by Hollinator. And again, back to serve is Owen Ward. Jaden Hollinator, the junior middle blocker, very impressive so far this evening. Can't wait to see what's in store for him for the rest of the season. That's an ace! Another one by Owen Ward. That's 4 for Ward. So stepping onto the hardwood now for the first time this evening, it's Brennan Warbonis for the Trojans. He steps on. Shot comes in. Set up. Clapchar, and it goes out the back. Owen Ward tried to get there, but he could not. Another point for the Trojans. Landon Campbell tagging up and walking onto the hardwood now. Ward, Bizignani. Shot comes in, dug up, Hollinator. And another one goes out the back of the hardwood. Ward not able to see it, I guess. 7-point lead now for the Cats. And now back to serve is Campbell again. Ward. Bizignani, nice dump off there, back of the head for Bizignani. He tried that in the second set, couldn't get it to land. But now the Cats are 2 away from taking set number 3, and Gabe Watson is back to serve. Dug up. Clapchar dumps it in. It gets away from Luke Fiore. That's a point for the Trojans. Still hanging around. Clapchar to serve. Ward. Dump off there by Bizignani. Getting away with it again. And now on to the set point here at the Den. Bizignani with his serve. And that will do it for set number 3. Big for the Cats there to take back-to-back sets. And so now we head into set number 4 at the Den. But before that, we're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, again, we're going to have the final, what could be the final set here from Greater Latrobe coming up next here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100+ programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
Nearly 500,000 children in the United States enter the foster care system each year. All of them deserve to have a family that loves and protects them. Adelphi, along with its foster, adoptive, and kinship families, is committed to continuing its legacy of providing loving homes for children in need. Thank you to our extraordinary families.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Latrobe Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust and will do our best to prove we are where dignity prevails.
Welcome back here to the Wildcats Network. Tristan Borland on the horn with the Ins guys for the rest of this one here. Cats take both sets 2 and 3, and if they take set number 4, they will walk away victorious here at the Den. And nothing against the Trojans, but from what I'm seeing in the last 2 sets, I think that's how this one is going to shape out. And then one last sponsor here on the Wildcats Network. Again, it's Alamo Restaurant Group. Fuel your day at Alamo Restaurant Group's local McDonald's. Visit their locations in Latrobe on Lincoln Avenue and Route 30 in the Mount Laurel Plaza. Again, thank you to Alamo Restaurant Group for sponsoring the Wildcats Network. Again, another newcomer. And folks, a reminder to everybody who's watching at home, always looking for new sponsors. Come and help support these students and help support us continue to broadcast not only I say students because it's not just athletics. I know coming up on our calendar we have a couple of the band concerts. We've already done a couple of them so far this year, and we're going to have some more coming up in late April and May. And then we also have the awards ceremony. I believe that's going to be May 8th. And then we also will have graduation. So it's not just the athletes, although we do love ourselves some Greater Latrobe athletics. But it's all the students here. And you can support all of them by supporting the Wildcats Network. So the Chuck-a-Duck and 50-50 have been read out. If I'm Derry area, we need to pick up the tempo a little bit. Better communication. They've been allowing the Cats to get away and capitalize on a lot of mistakes that the Trojans have been making so far this evening. And so if I'm Derry area, that's what I need to focus on. I need to wake up a little bit and, force Latrobe to make the errors. That's how they took set number 1, and that's how they could take set number 4 and send us into a sudden death set number 5 as we are about ready to get started. Again, a reminder to everybody at home, our next broadcast here on the Wildcats Network is Monday. That's March 24th, where the Varsity girls lacrosse team hosts Cannon Mac, the current reigning WPIAL 3A champions, at Rossi Field. You'll be able to watch all that here on the Wildcats Network. And starting it out big here with a block by Jay Sumner. Cats are feeling good, and Eric Bizignani is back to serve. But again, Monday, our coverage starts at 7:15. The scheduled start of that game is 7:30, again at Rossi Field. It's been a while since we've been at Rossi Field. I'm very excited to get back. Bizignani, Luke Fiore, and Williams tries to get to it. And he's in a little pain after that one, giving it his all here at the Den for the Trojans. And again, I'd be in a lot of pain too. That hardwood floor is not very forgiving, especially a new hardwood floor, very rough and rigid to say the least. And now Bizignani to serve again. Lapchar can't get underneath it, and that's an ace for Eric Bizignani. Bizignani and Owen Ward both with aces so far this evening. I think Tyler Bauer had one as well. No, it might have been Luke Fiore. My apologies. Somebody else had an ace. So there are 3 Cats with an ace so far this evening. Again, just a lot of miscommunication on the part of the Trojans that put them in this position. And that's another ace for the Cats, and they are rolling here in set number 4, up 4-0. And Bizignani's back to serve once again. That right into the net. Point for the Trojans. Trying to stop the bleeding here. Back to serve. is Jaden Beeman, the sophomore, standing at 6'1" for the Trojans. And that goes right out of bounds. Point for the Cats. Up 5-1 here. O'Neal tagging out with Fiore. That's Jack O'Neal, the junior outside hitter, who's had his presence fell here this evening. Sends that one over as O'Neal. Set up. Lapchar. Trying to dig it up as Watson. He can't get there in time. That's another point for the Trojans. Back to serve is Cody Williams, a libero for the Trojans. Sends it right into the net. That's a point for the Cats. Durgan now back to serve. He sends it. Dug up. Pop up. Sending it in are the Trojans. Dump off there, Klapchar, and that's a point for the Trojans, who are starting to fight back here. 6-3 is your score. Sumner tagging in for Durgan. And then Watson tags in. And back to serve for the Trojans is Landon Campbell. Campbell sends it over. And they're gonna call it in. It was right on the line from my vantage point. So we're gonna give that one to the Trojans. Now it's a 2-point game here. Dig, pop up by Pizzignani. Shot comes in by Ward. What a rocket. That's Demagon I'm seeing on the back of the jersey. I think that's Chase Demagon. But on my roster, he's number 47. Not number 26, so I will have to speak to A.D. Gustafson about that one. And miscommunication there, another point for the Cats. They continue to roll here, 8-4. And again, Chase Demagon, the junior, back to serve. Williams. Shot comes in, dug up by Watson. And a missile sent over. And it will go away from Williams. Another point for the Cats here, up 9-4 here in set number 4. Demagon to serve again. Derry to respond. Surprised he didn't give Hollinator a reach over for that one. But no matter, the Cats now up double digits, 10-4. Eric Demagon back to serve again. Dug up by Beeman. Shot comes in from Derry. Cats to respond to Owen Ward, who sends in a rocket. Nice play there by Hollinator. Williams doing it all on the back line. Watson. In from the back line was Luke Fiore. And what a shot there by Aaron Pizzignani. Another point for the Cats. 11-4. And the Den is rocking right now. Cats forcing the issue right now. Again, 11-4. Touch, fight for it there. Play. Shot comes in from Pizzignani, another point for the Cats, and they are cruising right now. And a timeout taken by the Derry area Trojans, and with that, we're not going to go anywhere quite yet, folks, as there's one last sponsor, and I've been Talking about him all night, it would be wrong for me to not mention Mr. Robert Phillips. You see there on the bottom left of your screen is the QR code to go to rphillipsproductions.com and also follow Robbie on Facebook and Instagram. And also follow, again, the group that Robbie started. That's Replay Sports Media on Instagram and Facebook. And you can keep up with all of the amazing graphics that Robbie handcrafts himself and posts to all the various social media sites. And if you love the photos that Robbie takes, you will be able to find them on his website and on all of his social media. And yes, you can buy them. You can purchase them from him to have forever. So thank you, Mr. R. Phillips Production and the fine folks over at Replay Media Sports for sponsoring the Wildcats Network. And again, if I'm a happy customer, and I can promise you guys at home that you will also be happy customers. So Chase Demagong punches it over. Pop up from Derry. Big block up front by Owen Ward. They're going to call for a reach. And the Cats will score again. They're going to give that point to Derry. The 12-5 is our score. As Clapchar sends it over and out of bounds. Cats get that one back, 13-5, 8-point lead for the Cats as number 8, Owen Ward, goes back to serve. Dug up there. Shot comes in, played by Watson. Bizignani keeps it rolling somehow, and Hollinator sends it. They're going to call him on a carry. So another point to the Trojans. Still hanging around, still fighting. Caden Marsh. Pop up. Shot comes in. And that's another point for the Cats. 14-6. And now Watson to serve. And a serve there by Watson goes out the back, so Trojans 7-14, still chasing. Tagging in for Derry is number 10, John Kern, and number 1, Jackson Haynes. Curran played somehow by the Cats, a slap by Bizignani keeps it going. And that will go, I thought it was going to go out of bounds. They're going to give it to Derry there. 6-point game here. Cats need to slam the door shut. Set up Bizignani. Luke Fiore climbing that ladder and sending it into the lap of the Trojans. Williams somehow keeps it rolling. Great job there with the Trojans to keep the volley going. And it'll go out of bounds to the Cats. They're going to say it went off the hand of the Derry area Trojans up front. So the Cats are feeling good right now. Back to serve is Eric Bizignani. And they're going to call that one in on a corner. That's another ace for Bizignani, his second one of the evening. Bizignani now on the serve. Trying to play it. That's another ace, the third one for Eric Bizignani on the evening. Sent that right into the laps of Jaden Beeman. who is our St. Vincent College player to keep an eye on. And the serve by Bizignani goes out of bounds, so point to the Trojans there. Again, a good win for the Cats here this evening. Would give them a lot of momentum as they head up to North Allegheny tomorrow for the North Allegheny tournament. Apologies, just waiting to see what the score was going to be on that one. But for Derry area, they'll be in action again on the 26th, and they host Armstrong, a very talented Riverhawks team who they're going to have to contend with. They are looking for revenge after getting a first-round bye and then being swept in the playoffs last year by Armstrong, so that'll be a great game to watch. Another point there for the Cats. O'Neal back to serve. Cats up by 10, their biggest lead of the evening. Set up. Lapchar, it's blocked by Tyler Bauer, and he's loving it. Cats up by 11. They need 5 more to close it here at the Den. O'Neal a serve. Lapchar, shot, out of bounds, another point for the Cats. A quick shout out, I just got a message to one of our viewers, and a viewer very close, near and dear to my heart. Hello to my beautiful wife who's watching at home with our 2 cats. I hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast as that ball goes out of bounds. Point to the Trojans, or point to the Cats, my apologies. They're going back to serve. Another point for the Cats there. The serve. Right into the net. That's a point for the Trojans there. Cats up 11 over the Trojans. 11-22 is our score. Watson tags in for the Cats. Tagging in for the Trojans. Number 7, Landon Campbell. Campbell goes back to serve, and also coming onto the hardwood for the Trojans is number 20, Brennan Bourbons. Zignani. And Tyler Bauer, who is fired up, sends that one right in the Trojan territory, and Bauer tags out for Chase Demagon, a junior defensive specialist who is back to serve. Cats just need 2, and that'll be all she wrote. Williams. Big block up front. There's another point for the Cats. Pollinator puts one on there. And now this is it, folks. It's the game point. Can the Cats close it out here? And they will. Greater Latrobe Wildcats have won at the Den. What an awesome matchup that was. Cats earning a big one there over Derry. And again, tomorrow they'll be heading on the road and traveling up to North Allegheny for the boys volleyball tournament at North Allegheny. For the Wildcats Network, our next broadcast, I've mentioned it a couple times tonight, but again, I'll mention it for everybody at home. March 24th, Varsity Girls Lacrosse. Greater Latrobe will be hosting Cannon Mac. We will have that broadcast here on the Wildcats Network. That will be Monday. And then the Tuesday to follow that will be Varsity Baseball. The Wildcats hosting the WPIAL 5A reigning champions, the Penn Trafford Warriors. Coverage for that game will start at 6:45 p.m., starting pitch at 7. And then on April 1st, we will have baseball again. Cats hosting Penn Hills. Again, that coverage will start at 6:45, games starting at 7. So that will do it here from the Den on the Wildcats Network. Tristan Borland, just little old me here this evening, but I was glad that everybody at home was able to join us, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Cats win it 3-1 here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100+ programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
Nearly 500,000 children in the United States enter the foster care system each year. All of them deserve to have a family that loves and protects them. Adelphi, along with its foster, adoptive, and kinship families, is committed to continuing its legacy of providing loving homes for children in need. Thank you to our extraordinary families.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Latrobe Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust and will do our best to prove we are where dignity prevails.
Are you looking for a fresh start or a career change? Unlock your potential at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in biology, welding, visual arts, or in any of our 100+ programs. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is dedicated to your success. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/fresh start. That's westmoreland.edu/fresh start and begin your ambitious journey today.
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go Cats!
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
Hello, my name's Steve Lamonti, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamonti, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!